Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are here back into a lobby where nobody's disconnected, and we're gonna have game 2 getting started. John, welcome back, sir. How was your couple-minute break?
I was a bit disappointed, Mike. I'm taking a look at who's playing what. Moon's on the TA now. It's not a DJ TA, so that was just the lobby, I guess, going ham. And
Oh,
I'm disappointed.
oh,
I'm disappointed. I mean, this is still a treat. DJ Earth Spirit's fun, but DJ
oh.
TA?
Well, the
You
chat was
know?
getting so excited though, John. Now they're gonna be upset when we
Nah.
come back into it.
Yeah, they're gonna feel
Oh.
the same thing I'm feeling. It's like, I wanted to see the 4TA, you know? But it's okay. Now I don't sound like a complete idiot at the end of that last spiel. So, it's okay. It's fine. It works. And Fnatic's not pulling some fifth dimension plays pulled out from the Universal 5 or something with TA4. It's straightforward. And we'll see how it goes. A lot of pressure here in 0-3-2. After that slump in game 1, of course, want to shake it up for game number 2. Natsumi in the PL. Should be a big step up. This is something he's very comfy on and be able to push the limits on. But again, you're not going to make it easy here, Fnatic. You've got Forev at offlane once more with DJ and Earth Spirit plus Bloodseeker. You know, that combination is just so naturally aggressive that you're going to have to watch yourself there in the bot lane. Just watch for the opportunities that DJ is going to try to make. And level 3 spike is going to be a big one for this offlane.
DJ gonna be there with Forever. Well, here comes the blood rights. Natsumi knows what's coming now. I love to see this out of Bloodseekers, right? You push the lane quick, you get an early level 2 as top lane done. Bok is falling very, very low on that Mars. And that's one thing about this top lane that you cannot underestimate. Sticky Napalm plus Frost Arrows is going to make it very, very hard to walk away if you do cop too many stacks like this. Bok's got 3 now. Raven's a bit preoccupied with farming the CS. And the creep wave, of course, is coming towards his tier 1 tower. But if he did not have a bunch of creeps running at him, Bok would probably lose most of his HP again.
Yeah, and that would be an awkward spot for Bok. He's already used up his salve. He's down to just 2 tangos. He does have the magic stick. There's some potential for a little bit of burst heal. But the pressure Zephyr's applying is giving Raven so much more space. 6-3 in terms of last hit, so a good amount of denies, and you're just not seeing Bok find anything. It's almost as if it's a repeat of game 1.
We'll see. It's still a bit early. I mean, he's got 2 last hits. We'll see if they can work it out. Of course, that mid lane matchup, Moon's going to be on the TA up against Nico on his Storm Spirit. Last game around, Nico having a very, very tough time up against Moon's Pangolier. And I don't think it gets much easier up against the TA. As you can see, John, the Storm can't do anything, which is, it's going to be a real problem.
Oh yeah, it's just tough. Moon has a slight EXP advantage now as well. And once he hits that 4 mark, you know, his damage flies out even more with the Cyblades. And Nico is just in a very awkward spot. He's going to need his supports to come in at some point. They will need to fight over those 4-month bounties. Just, you really need to give Nico that just so he has something more to play with. Moon is going to be happy about this. This is your dream matchup. You're just not under any threat.
Bot lane, they're going to try and make a rush onto Forev now. Rolling boulder in from DJ and Matthew. Getting some great damage in with that battery assault, but top lane, even Zephyr falling very, very low on this Bat Rider, and he'll be alright. Be able to salve up and get back to it. But both these side lanes getting a bit explosive here.
Yeah, it's a lot more of a fight for 0-3-2. They do have stronger presence for their supports. Have to say, for me, it's still a bit strange seeing a Mars plus an Oracle over like the clock. I think the Clockwork might afford you more aggressive openings instead of Ninja Bogey up here, but it is what it is. Still down mid.
Nico does avoid the roll, but the boulder smash is out. He'll go for the Vortex and will be able to survive. DJ now going to get turned on here by Matthew, realizing he can't leave this mid lane alone. He'll return the favor onto DJ. Only issue being is he can't really damage Moon very much on the TA, and well, even with that TP in, Nico is still going to have an extremely tough time
Yeah, he's playing from behind, and not too far behind the last hits, but again, it's about that momentum. Gonna have to scuffle over these runes, and oh, Ninja at least denies it.
Nice deny from Ninja Boogie. Moon getting a bit debated there with that power rune. Still, no kills coming out yet 4 minutes in. Everyone's been trying to get some stuff done, but everyone has been just being able to juke out each other. And as time goes on, things are going to get a bit more risky for both teams. Speaking of risky, mid lane, Nico again going to be on very low HP to Moon. Is going to use another salve. Now he's had 2 salves so far plus another set of tangos. And even now, as you can see, he's back to half HP, but there is nothing that he can do at level 5. He needs that 6 mark, and I think he needed a support to really help him out a bit more often.
Yeah, I mean, you had Matthew around for a bit, but you really needed him to just stay there. Even Ninja would have been fine, right? Just sustain that storm as best as you can. Moon's going to be delighted with this start, you know? They find the bounties at least here on the side of 032. So 3 bounties their way, kind of helping them out a bit more. There is still that slight lead in Fnatic, and DJ's just so annoying. He's finding couriers. He's really making Matthew have to keep up. And Natsumi's finding some good farm, but Forev is still ahead. So even your safe lane's not going too swimmingly here for 032.
No, it is not. Still no kills going on. 0 to 0, 5.5 minutes in, with a slight net worth lead for Fnatic. All lanes are fairly even, apart from that mid lane, but every other lane is going decently well for both teams. Fnatic is still pulling ahead in terms of CS, but only slightly. You'll see Nico, he is going to be forced to jungle up now as he just can't sustain the lane. And that bottle is a very sad empty bottle, John. He can't get power runes either, as you can see DJ and Zephyr have been all over these power runes. And again, you start to question for 032 why their supports aren't doing the same, as you have a Storm Spirit. He needs the runes.
Yeah, it's really just something that's going to delay that spike for Nico. And you can see a clump up already up top. Fnatic, they're just ready to play aggressive.
Yeah, Bok going to get rolled on with the multi-shot out from Raven. They are zipping in with Nico, and Matthew is also going to be there. So Raven now going to be in huge danger. And that's going to be some great catch-up gold for Nico. Getting the first blood. And suddenly that laning stage doesn't look so bad anymore.
No, it recovers nicely. He's actually not too far behind the TA because of that kill. He's got some beautiful stacks built up by Ninja as well. Fnatic not actually stopping those or taking it for themselves. So certain things lining up here for 032. Raven gonna have to go back to the drawing board, build up that steady farm. They do want to play aggressive with the Earth Spirit, but their levels on the supports, it's not that high yet. They're both still level 3, and that's something the tankier lineup of 032 can punish. So gotta wait out a bit more. You do have 6 and 4 Maybe you make a play around the bot lane with a Rupture, but I don't think the Mars is really the safest bet right now.
Everything going very, very smoothly. Bring up that net worth, and Nico's actually at the top now after those jungle stacks in the first blood gold. Really great catch-up. Even Natsumi, in terms of net worth, is just behind the Storm Spirit. Just by about 1 or 2 CS. Fnatic, you start to wonder when they are going to look to get a bit more aggressive. Well, DJ has been trying on the Earth Spirit, but he is limited by the cores that can work with him. And speaking of DJ, going to get zipped on here by Nico, and he's blown up. And Nico is going to get a very, very nice regen rune for himself.
It's lining up at least for 032 as we approach that 10-minute mark. Nico, it's going to be building into the Orchid. So once he's got that, this aggressive moves they made is going to pay off. And look at this, Raven up top.
I love to see this from Matthew. The Drow can do nothing up against the clock. And Nico actually getting Zephyr again up at that top lane. And now Raven going to go down on the Drow. 032 really stepping up their game. Now, well, you'll see Moon trying to chase them down a bit, but there's no real kill potential here for him. And he's going to be a little cautious as Nico still has that regen rune active as we speak. So he has unlimited mana for the next 5-10 seconds.
Yeah, been fantastic. The bounce back has been great. 4-0, taking absolute control over Fnatic. And Fnatic, this is something you don't want to be seeing from them. They're forced to play slower. They're going to have to give Raven a safe spot in the map to farm in. They do send him bot. You can already see 032, they're ready to apply some pressure up top. Maybe go for that push that we tend to see at this 10-minute mark. They're going to have to go for a trade, but there is enough time to respond if they want to defend down bot instead.
Lane, zip in Nico. He wants revenge onto Moon. They'll get the Fortune's End down. Now the Refraction's gone. A great Cogs pushback out of Matthew, and Zephyr will be forced to come in and make sure that Moon does not die. Now I was about to point out how sad Zephyr is right now in this Pos 5 Batrider, John. He doesn't even have brown boots up. And it's a Batrider.
Yeah, it's been really sacrificial. There's not enough space on the map for them to split that farm. So the greed is being punished here. There's that tower for 032. You don't see the exchange, although.
Matthew gonna go for a quick TP out. It's a very quick reaction out from Matthew. As soon as you see that roll from the Earth Spirit, I mean, he's only level 4, so you know he hasn't got a second skill point in that roll. And even if he did, it's at max level that you have a 4-second cooldown. So,
yeah,
great little play.
It's a big disparity here between the supports as well. Look at the levels on Ninja Boogie and Zephyr. They're both at level 6 on the clock at Oracle. Fnatic, DJ is still at around level 5. You're just about to hit 5 in Zephyr. This is a big power spike for 032 that they can really choose to force that early EXP advantage.
And they're going to fight down bot as well. Bot's got the arena. They're going to rupture him up, but I don't think they have enough to kill him. Arena's going to be there. Bok just stands in place, and now Nico going to join in. Of course, Matthew did miss the hook shot out, but Moon actually going to be able to blink away. Still Nico jumping in into 4 heroes. Nico, that is a bit too much, or maybe not. The false promise going to save the day so he can jump back in onto Raven and get the kill. And now Moon going to be in danger. They get another, and Nico will survive on the Storm Spirit of all things. Now Matthew looking for the cogs onto Forev, and does get it with a spear out from Bok. Forev, he is still going to be able to run pretty fast, but Nico moving back in on the Storm. Doesn't have any mana left. And that should be Forev gone. But you got the mid-TA and your safe lane Drow. 032. They look like a completely different team.
Yeah, they're stepping up to the plate. Their aggression is lining up. They're keeping Fnatic walled in. And Fnatic, they went for a really greedy draft. I mean, we talked about it at the end of Game 1. What made Fnatic shine was that Moon could have been active so early on. Like the TA, it needs that Blink Dezo, and he does have the Blink, but the Dezo needs to come out, and that just means you're down a lot of heroes just playing the farm game. Because you're Batrider. You know, Zephyr just got Browns. He's going to work towards perhaps the Blink Rush this game. And it's just a lot of stuff you're waiting for here with no way of stalling out the aggression from 032 because they're just set to go. Now, Bok with Arena just needs to get the spear off and you're done. And, you know, you look at Nico, he's making good progress towards that Orchid. Once that's up in the Storm, you can expect that aggression to shoot up even further.
Certainly. A 1k net worth lead here for 032. Natsumi about to have that Diffusal Blade up, and that is a very nicely timed Diffusal Blade. I have it around the... no, he has it right now, 12 minutes in. That means Natsumi can get aggressive. It's going to be a tough one for Fnatic now. As if you're Raven, you haven't got the you haven't even got the Dragonlance up yet. If Natsumi finds you and gets the Diffusal off to purge you up, you really can't run away.
Yeah, it's a tough one. They've got to be very cautious about those big spikes coming out here for 032. Fnatic, for their part, they need to maintain that vision game they have. So they've got a lot of sentries on their bot triangle. They've got a forward ward in their top jungle. Play around where you've got information. Keep the safe farm up. Avoid any fight.
Oh, nice hook shot in.
Is going to escalate.
Matthew, they caught out Moon, but again, he will be able to blink. Got to get that refraction off first, otherwise he will just be able to blink every single time. It's a nice attempt, but also a nice play from Moon, and he will just sit in the lane and keep farming. He really wants to try and focus down that bottom tier 1 tower That's exactly what he'll do, just rush in, but now the TPs are going to come out. Again, he will blink away, but Zephyr may not be so lucky as he does get speared to the cogs, and Ninja Boogie will take the kill. The T1 bottom tower does still survive.
Yeah, it's barely up, but that's the important bit for 032, forcing Fnatic to keep trying to push. That's when they can punish them. They don't have Arena.
Shroud with the blood right, Bok is very, very tanky, so he just walks through the rupture. They'll try onto Natsumi. Now, this is dangerous. Natsumi is very farmed up, and he'll turn back around onto Forever, but can't quite finish the kill yet. Now onto Moon, draining that mana, but DJ, he'll start the Magnetize off. Going back in, they still want to take this fight, but Matthew, that's a great hook shot out with the cogs in, and now the false promise to keep Matthew alive as Moon. He's been trapped up, Nico on top, wants to finish him off and does, and now they can go into the real team fight. Forev does die on the Bloodseeker. And Fnatic, they're getting desperate with these fights, John. This is not it.
No. 9-0, the punishment flying out from Fnatic, slowing down Moon further. You've got two cores here that need a lot of farm now. You're still buying space out for Raven, but now Moon will really have to seep into that jungle farm as well. He just does not do anything with the Deso, and even with the Deso, I think he's going to have to look for a fast BKB this game. There's no way you're sitting through this damage, no way you're sitting through this control, and with the Orchid up in Nico, without the BKB fast, you are just going to melt to that storm.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of Nico, he's looking to work towards the Bloodstone now, and he wants to zip in onto Moon again. Can they get the spear off? No. It's the second time that's happened. I think Bok, he might have to just ignore the arena and try to spear towards the ledge here.
Yeah, it's just so risky when you're given a TA that much time to open, although up top...
Well, Matthew, caught out here, should definitely be dead. However, goes for the hook shot and his team is grouping up. Nico wants to go for a zip, gets the Orchid off on the Batrider. He does not have much mana to follow up here, but you do have Bok coming in, who also has no mana, but he will be able to get the kill. And so 1-for-1 on the supports. 032 seem very unwilling to give any sort of free kill away to Fnatic.
Yeah, it finally does at least have a number in the scoreboard there for Fnatic. They are kind of buying time out. They're 3k behind, which is still pretty big. But 4F does have a pipe, so they've got a way to mitigate the damage coming out here of the storm with the Bloodseeker. They still need a lot more out on their other cores. The progress towards that Desolator is going smoothly for Moon. He's got one Nitro Hammer up, lacks 1,000 for the other, so just a bit more patience. There is going to be a shove though, and that's one issue here. You have to play the farming game, but 032 can use that to start pressuring more towers.
Natsumi gonna go for a run. This could be dangerous. DJ, he'll be able to just follow up, but no, they're gonna turn back around. He'll drop the arena to block them out of there, and now Moon, he's trying to go onto Natsumi and control this PL. It's looking tough. He is pretty tanky right now. They do get Zephyr to start things off, and they'll turn back around onto Forev. And even if it's a 2v5, they just can't kill him. He'll just keep going, Forev. They do miss the spear, but now Matthew goes for a hook shot, and he caught out Raven. That's the big one. But the Gust will knock him back out. Moon, he'll come back in and try and help, but Nico zips through and does finish off Raven. And John, that is a real problem. 5 versus 2, and Natsumi still survives.
That's the peel effect. You know, it's like the TA. You can just dance around with Doppel. It is max level. Cooldown's not that long. Just 10 seconds. So there's a lot of opportunities for Natsumi to go around. And that's down to Bok. His arena to block them off just caused so much confusion. Split Fnatic up. And 032, 5k lead, 18 minutes in. Just looking fantastic so far.
Nico's got a regen rune bottled up again. He's getting lucky with these runes, Nico. He's going to be having a good time with this one. Very close to picking up the Kaya as well. But before that, they're going to push in a free tier 2 top tower, and there is nothing to stop them.
No. And right now, Fnatic, they've got to just use this as space, right? So you see Zephyr, he's farming down bot in the riskiest part of the map, but this does allow him to save up for that blink or a Eul's or a 4-staff. DJ, for his part, kind of stalled out as well, but the Veil has been up and running. You just need to find the opportunity to use that. Moon, again, inching towards that Dezo.
Oh, hook shot in. Matthew, he's caught Forev. Matthew, he has been very, very good on this clockwork. He will get another kill for his team. You know, we've seen Matthew quite a bit over the past few days, but this is the kind of performance you want to see out of your possible.
Oh yeah, I remember one time where he just kept dying on the clock. It's a complete reversal here, making the space for his team, forcing out these chances to find the kills. And Fnatic, and they're losing a tier 2.
He's caught out. Nico, he's on fire now. He just, every time he sees you, he's going to make the zip in. It is a Storm Spirit after all.
It's just not something that can stop. And that is space being bought out elsewhere on the map. But that mid-tier 2 not going to be standing for Fnatic. They do have the Deso up and Moon, so they've stalled out enough for that. He needs to show us that the damage is enough, though. He's been slippery, but when he does get caught out, he does just melt.
Go. Be another big team fight down bot. Moon, he needs to get his way out of there, but Nico is looking for a zip in, but the meld is out. But look at those pings, they know. Spear through. Moon still alive, but DJ gonna roll in now, but there are more heroes coming. They're trying to burst down this storm. I don't think that's the idea though. DJ is gonna be the first to drop, and now, well, they have caught out Moon. He's gonna try for the TP, but Bok does have the spear stun, and that'll be your TA gone again. Oh, Nico's giving it to him.
Up top.
Again, Matthew and Natsumi. Onto Zephyr. They still have the hook shot, they just don't need it. Zephyr's trying to bait them, trying to get them to use it, but Matthew will just use the rocket flare.
Oh man, and 032, that's what we were talking about in Moon, right? Like, he's got the damage, but there's no point to the damage if you just melt, and he does melt if 032 does put the numbers up. So he's still got to be cautious. He still has to somewhat wait for a BKB, which will take additional farm. 033, look at Natsumi, he's already gone for the disassembly play, so he's got the halberd up. Now, even if you can stand there and fight as Moon, if he gets disarmed, it's just going to be awkward. He's just going to be standing there, and they need the damage because they've invested heavily on that TA. He is the highest net worth right now.
Onto the Roshan. It is for 032. Going to be a fairly easy Roshan to take unless Fnatic do try and come and contest, and they are. They have smoked up, and I think they realize they can't really afford to give anything else away to 032. They are going to spot out Matthew, but Matthew's willing to fight, and Nico's going to zip straight in onto DJ, and now the hook shot out. They caught Raven again. Oh, Matthew, that's a fantastic hook shot.
Oh.
Great presence out from our clockwork. Finding the exact right target to follow up on.
Yeah, on point. Everyone from 032 just having the discipline, having the foresight to go for the clean fights, forcing Fnatic in awkward spots. That fully opens up the Roche now. And 032 after that Roche. In fact, Moon just playing with fire. But Fnatic, they've got to be ready for the high ground. Once that Roche is cleared out, you know 032 is going to be looking to pressure higher ground or clear out the remaining outer towers. They've got some really deep wards here as well from 032. So Fnatic, it's going to be difficult for them to pull a sneaky move here.
You really want a DJ to be able to maybe roll in and try to steal the Roshan Aegis here on the Earth Spirit, but they're not even going to try for it anymore. It's just too late. Smoke up, Natsumi, he'll take the Aegis and TP to the outpost where he could possibly bait Zephyr. He'll go back to farm the bot wave while the rest of his team will go for a gank attempt. Hookshot, oh, he's caught Raven again! He had an Observer Ward there on the clock, and Raven gonna get zipped on. Matthew will take that kill, and now Moon, he's been trapped up in the arena. They'll get through the refraction, and that's gonna be Moon gone. No hesitation out from 032.
No, they've got the mobility. They can jump in. Those wards, again, paying off. Like, again, they've got these deep wards cutting in between the lanes. There's just nowhere safe for Fnatic. They're clumped up on the high ground, but 0-3-2 now, they can just take their time. They're just building that farm up. They've still got the Bloodstone. Nico doesn't even have a Bloodstone yet. It's still building into it. They've got the Vlads coming in for Ninja Bogey, so even more ways of getting some lifesteal for your team, more durability coming out. And Fnatic, their high ground defense has to be on point.
Oh, Nico, he knows DJ's around there somewhere and goes exact right spot. Oh, he's on a roll, Nico. He had no vision. He just zipped in.
And forcing that buyback early as well, Fnatic. You can see that they're getting a bit hasty. They know they need to hold on once they start bleeding these objectives. I mean, it's a Drow TA. This is supposed to be a bit faster from Fnatic. It's not quite up to snuff. And you've got these items coming out now. Natsumi has the Manta. So even if you get the silence off onto him, he's going to be able to purge it off. Fnatic will smoke up, though.
They will, but again, it just looks desperate, right? Like, unless you're getting some wards out here, it looks really, really desperate to go for a fight when you're 16k net worth behind. There is no Roshan to play for. They're going to go and steal some bounty runes. Now, this isn't too bad. Just get your net worth up, and Raven will just farm the triangle. So they're just using that smoke to just relocate and not get picked off by the 0-3-2 side. And they're just going to have to accept the fact that this bottom tier 1 tower and maybe even the tier 2 is just going to drop for free.
Yeah, and they've got to play the high ground now. There's just nothing they can do. They need to play some catch-up form. Hope that it's going to be enough.
Raven, Raven, he's caught out. Bok has him with the Arena Spear. Natsumi's going to TP in, and they are not safe no matter where they go. Raven, he'll try for the Gust back, but he's going to get clumsy netted. And meanwhile in the back, Nico and Matthew going at it, finding another. And it's going to be a 3-0. Oh, this is looking really, really poor now. What's 30 plus thinking, John? It's 99%.
Yeah. I'd say that 1% is pretty generous. 25-1. I don't think we've seen such dominant performance in a while. Very, very dominant. It's difficult for Fnatic. They still have high ground hold. They have the blood right spam from 4F to try to stave this one off, but it's just not enough to actually stop the heroes from taking hits.
Gonna try for that tier 3 mid tower. Your Bloodstone now up on Nico to boot with a double tap trip bottled up. That's a scary predicament for Fnatic to have to think about. Natsumi takes no damage from that multi-shot from the Drow. I mean, literally nothing. It tickled him.
Yep. You just don't have... You have nothing on Raven. He's got 2 Wraith Bands. He's got a Hurricane Pike. Oh, no.
Hawk got Moon's BKB courier. So that's his BKB. Not going to be available for 3 minutes. Without that BKB, I don't know if you could defend the high ground.
No. It's... His positioning has to be so on point. Maybe if you had a blink in your bat, if Zephyr had that option to start the fights for them.
The bot lane. They want to go after Moon. Nico having a gander. He will blink the right way, Moon. Nice juke out. However, on the high ground now, hook shot in with the arena out. They're going to try and fight while the storm isn't around. But Forev, he's trapped up in that arena and looks like he is set to drop. And even with... Oh, and the rocket flare onto DJ from Matthew. And Zephyr! Oh, he lassoed the PL illusion. Oh, that's it. GG.
Yeah.
Oh, you must have thought the illusion killed off DJ.
Fnatic. Game 1, it looked like, it looked like they had the answers. It looked like their lineup figured out the weaknesses that they were going through, but 0-3-2 step it up in game number 2, and Fnatic, I think they fell into a bit of a drafting trap. They went back to a farm-heavy hero for Moon. They just need the guy to be in something that goes online fast. They had a really greedy support to it that couldn't help mid too much. And 0-3-2, 27-1. Quite the comeback in game number 2. And, all props to everyone. Nico showed up. Bok showed up. Even Matthew, right? Redemption play on the clock. It's a spectacular game 2 for them and keeps them up there, at least with more tied series in their scorebook.
Oh, Matthew's been looking fantastic in that game too. I hope they keep it up. Him and Nico, right? Because the last few days we've been commenting during the drafts that they look to be talented players, but maybe it's the pressure of being involved in BTS Pro Series or something like that. You know, it's eventually that pressure does wear off when you've played enough games, and like we just talked about, if they can just keep that up, they could come back into this. They aren't out of the group stages yet. I mean, we've still got another 6 days after today, so plenty of time for them to catch up in points. And with that, speaking of points, John, there is a very fun matchup set for us next. TNC Predator are going to be up against the Vietnamese boys, 496. One of my favorites. I can't wait to see if 496 can put up a good fight up against the top team in SCA right now, being TNC. If you don't count Among Us, because Among Us is just a temporary team. But we'll find out how this one goes. TNC first 496. I'm very excited. And we'll be back in about 10 minutes for that next matchup. We'll see you then.